Hi. It's been a while. Oh my goodness. So, you might be wondering, Liko, it's been like a year and a half. Where have you been? um, and I guess this is what this whole video is gonna be about, isn't it? Where I've been, what I've been doing, what's the future of the channel, what's happening to Licorice Banashi. Let's go over everything. um, and I've been dreading making this video for a very long time because honestly, I guess even in a couple months before this, when I was thinking about making a channel update, I had no idea what the future was going to be. Like, I really had no idea. So that maybe might not make sense, but we'll get to it. And for the most part, this is not scripted. Okay, this is just words coming out of my mouth from the dome. Like yeah, and most of it's not going to be edited. I really don't have the time or willpower or patience to do any more of that anymore. So let's start. Number one, where have I been? So I think the last video I posted was quite literally my second anniversary live stream compilation. So it's been pretty much exactly 1 year. I think my debut stream things are like October, the first week of October or second week of October. It's currently the last day of September as I'm recording this. It might even be up on the same day, but the point is, I have just not been around. I haven't been looking at VTuber stuff. I haven't even been on VTuber Twitter. I haven't been watching my friends' videos. I'm sorry, bad friend. But the point is, I've just been gone for a multitude of reasons. And, you know, I had some projects that I had filmed and were starting to edit and, you know, included a bunch of people. And I left that all behind basically without any notice. And I do feel bad. I kept thinking, okay, I'll just take 1 month break and I'll come back. Or, you know, it's the holidays. I'll take a few days or a few weeks off and I'll come back. And then I never did. And, you know, it's been plaguing me. So this is why I'm making the video. Okay. So to recap, I've just been gone mentally from the space, physically as much as I can be from the space. I haven't really been communicating with other VTubers, other VTuber friends that I've known for almost the entire year. So, you know, it makes sense if you think, oh, Licorice Banashi, they graduated, right? I did not graduate. I don't have plans to graduate anytime soon. I spent $2,000 on my models. I'm not wasting it like that. But it does seem that way, doesn't it? That I've not been here, so I'm basically gone. And I'm sure people have unsubscribed and I'm sure people unfollowed. They have. I've been seeing people unfollow, and that's fine. But the fact of the matter is, I've just been really, really, really busy and lost in life, if that makes sense. So all of the projects that I've had in the past and was preparing to do in the past couple of years, I hope they did not hear that, is for the most part scrapped forever. And I'll get into more depth of why that's going to be the case. But to make things make more sense of why I've really stepped away for the time being, it's not because I got tired of VTubing. It's not because I'm just, you know, wasn't a good fit for it or I was getting hate or anything like that. Or I think a lot of people that kept up with me knew that I really got into K-pop. So you might assume, oh, the K-pop fandom took me back and I spent all my time there, which I do. But that wasn't the reason why I stopped. So I'm going to do a little bit of a self-doxing, if you will. So I'll take you all the way back. I think it's an open secret that I live in Japan, right? And I've been a teacher in Japan. And more specifically, I've been a JET. I was on the JET program for 3 years, and I was an ALT. And if you don't know what any of those words mean, I'll explain. The JET program is sort of like a entry level position to teaching English in a foreign country, specifically Japan, if you speak English as a native. Like, you don't have to have any special schooling, you don't have to have like a teacher's certificate or anything. You just have to be able to speak English. And that's how I came to Japan. I was on basically the most entry level, basic, no effort required job, which was why I was able to start VTubing, because I had so much free time. Because as an ALT, which is assistant language teacher, you're not the head teacher in these schools. You go to a school, you have a desk, you have tablets, you have lesson plans to make, you have meetings to attend, you have classes to go to, but for the most part, at least in my case, I was teaching like 2 classes a day, and then I'd have like a full day of just no class. So I had so many hours in my day to fuck around, to do whatever I wanted. So that's why I was able to script videos that were like an hour long, 45 minutes long. That was why I was able to invest my time in this hobby, because I would get home and I had the entire night to myself. I had nothing else to do. My hobbies were basically at the forefront of my life for 2.5 years, right? And, you know, you learn that you're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to be improving your skills to get out of ALTing, because it's not a career job. It's like the McDonald's of teaching jobs, essentially. Like, you can't stay there and progress and get a better salary and get better benefits, right? You can't do that with an ALT job. And my contract was for 3 years. And as soon as that 3rd year mark was like starting to hit, which was January last year, so January 2024, January 2025, this year, I was really thinking like, okay, I only have until July to figure out what I want to do. Do I stay in Japan? If I stay in Japan, what do I need to do in order to stay? Because the visa process is very long and difficult, and, you know, all that stuff. Was I able to get another job if I did want to get another teaching job? Do I have the credentials? Do I have the certificates? Do I have the ability? No. So, you know, I was really struggling to figure out what I wanted to do, where I was going to be in the summer of this year. So, you know, VTubing just could not be a priority anymore at that point. And that was when I really started to, you know, leave even Twitter. When, you know, the lowest effort I could do as a VTuber was be tweeting. I stopped doing that very early on in the year because I was thinking, okay, I need to start preparing. And I was researching and then taking interviews, and I took the JLPT and I failed it. So the N2 is hard. The N2 is really rough. So that's, I couldn't VTube, right? And I didn't want to really divulge all of this because as it was happening, it was way too stressful and too unknown to really understand and tell you guys what was happening. I mean, I streamed a little bit and maybe you would catch a little bit of what I was doing in the real world, but for the most part, I was keeping it under wraps. So July comes and I have to, like, I'm evicted from my house. My contract and the house and everything is done on the 30th. So I'm packing up and my mom flew up, and what do I do now, right? I don't have a job offer yet. I've been interviewing and some jobs want me. And with that, not knowing where I'd be, me and my mom, we went up to Tokyo and we stayed August in Tokyo for a month, right? And, you know, at that point, hyperventilating, insomnia, not eating. I had no energy and I couldn't eat. I was not eating for like an entire 2 months, which sounds really bad, and it was really bad. But that slim figure though, that sharp jawline though, I haven't seen that in years. But the point was, I was going through it. Like, I was not mentally well and I was not I didn't have the time to think of anything else except for what I was going to do. And then eventually, in August, I get a job offer for another ALT position. So I'm still in ALT, but not on the JET program. And I moved from my original prefecture to a different prefecture. So now I can say that I used to live in Yamaguchi Prefecture, which is fuck-ass nowhere Japan. Nobody goes there, not even the Japanese people. And except for Connor VA, he streamed and he biked right past my house, and it was up on the internet for everybody to see. Anyways, so I moved prefectures, went to Tokyo, and then I finally was able to move to my new prefecture, which I am currently staying at right now, in this shoebox of an apartment with very thin walls, which is why I'm whispering for the most part. Yeah, the person next door can hear every word I'm saying. It's a good thing they don't understand English. But that's also another reason why I can't make videos. I can't, have a FaceTime with my family for very long. I can't talk. I can't listen to music out loud. Everybody can hear everything. And I definitely can't stream. Definitely can't stream. You should see what I'm looking at right now. I have my monitor on the ground, my PC right next to it on the ground. I'm sitting on a pillow, and I've been eating 7-Eleven string cheese. So, not the ideal setup for anything technology related at the moment. So, I'm just not able to currently invest time in being a VTuber still. And that's going to be like this for the next 6 months, I'm assuming. Because here's part 2. What do I do from here? I'm not going to be in ALT forever. This was like a job to keep me in Japan and get my visa renewed type of job. And I'm not here for a long time. Okay, that I settled on that from the beginning. I want to go back to school. So I'm probably going to move to Tokyo if all things go well. So I'll be in Tokyo. Wouldn't that be fun? You get another Tokyo VTuber. And if I go back to school, chances are I will have time to dedicate to making content again. So that's where I come back to VTubing as Licorice Banashi. The part that maybe I can't stream because I would be living in, a house fairly similar to what I'm currently living in. So, the walls are not very nice. But I think I could make content. I could make scripted content. I could go outside and I could stream again, do the walking streams around Tokyo. That would be so fun, wouldn't it? So I think the closest and the most, I guess the date that you should look forward to my grand return would be in like next year, April, May, June at the earliest, the absolute earliest. But I will be back. The point is, I will be back. But now here comes the hard part. The channel is going to go through a lot of changes. Content-wise, niche-wise, and honestly, I don't know if I'm going to stay 2D. I think I want to express myself more in 3D. And, I have a model now. I can do it. So there's going to be some changes content-wise. And I want to preface this right up front in case you don't want to follow and subscribe anymore. I get that. Because for the longest time, I never wanted to say I was a drama tuber or someone who really talked and indulged in sort of like the drama aspect of things. But looking back, yeah, that was my track record, wasn't it? Commentary is very closely linked to drama tubing, right? And I don't think I have a place in that niche anymore because I haven't been around. I haven't been around for like 2 years. I don't know what I said earlier, 1.5 years. By then it will be 2 years. That, I don't know how the space functions anymore. I don't know who people antagonize. I don't know who people like anymore. I don't know the small ins and outs of what's been happening this whole time. And I don't know how the space has changed in these 2 years technology wise. And, with the rise of AI, there's so many things that I don't know yet. And I probably will never fully adjust back into. So that's why I don't feel like I have the right voice and the right knowledge to speak as I did back then. And even back then, getting a little bit too high in the ego there. You think you can speak about companies and stuff when you don't know shit about companies? No. Hindsight. So yeah, we're gonna go through some changes. What content do I want to change into? Not sure yet. Do I want to do lifestyle of living in Japan? Do I want to do some like, here's what being a jet is like? Do I want to do like educational stuff? Do I want to talk about learning Japanese and the history, or like my personal journey of learning Japanese or adjusting to Japan? I don't know if I want to shift into like the Japan person, right? Or, I eventually want to get into things like fashion or, cool fashion and gachas and things like that. I mean, I would be in Tokyo, so I would be in the right area to be doing that kind of stuff. But that's so not what you guys know from Licorice. That's so not what you subscribed to, that I feel like it's kind of like wrong for me to pick back up this account and this YouTube channel and already be monetized with this content that everybody's not here for. So would I go back to yokai stuff? Probably. I like yokai stuff still. But that's always been on my mind. Like, I've wanted to do this content shift for a while, for a long time. And it's always been holding me back because my channel as it stands is mainly sort of like in that commentary and drama channel style that like 6,000 people subscribe to. And 6,000 people are not subscribed to fashion content or living in Japan content. So yeah, that's been bugging me. But because I no longer feel comfortable with making commentary videos about VTubers and being in the VTuber space, I think I don't have a choice. So if you want me to stay on this channel and just refresh and do everything from scratch, I mean, keeping all my videos from previous eras up, of course, then I'll do it. And if you want to leave and if you want to say like, okay, no longer interested in your content, goodbye, totally understand. Just because I don't want to make another channel and have to like make a new email for it, and I don't want to make more passwords, and I don't want to make another like avatar and everything, But I think that's the plan for now, right? It's gonna change by the time I get to April. And I do want to apologize to everybody that I've been gone for so long and I haven't really been communicating to anybody that I've worked with, and I really do apologize. Life has just not been good for me. I'm very weak-willed, okay? And, I think there's a lot of really good that the past 3 years have done for me as a person and, as a content creator and someone who's able to, look back and see how much I've grown since the start, on VTubing as well as in real life. So I've never thought that it was a waste. I never thought that, I'm going to regret the stuff that I do online, and I never did. I still don't. But I think I don't want to stick to it just because it was working. Like, I want to keep growing and I want to keep seeing what works, and I want to keep having fun is the most important thing for me in a hobby, in any hobby. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to have fun. Whatever I decide about Licorice Banashi and the channel and the Twitter and everything, I'm going to have fun. So it's been a long video. It's been almost 20 minutes since I started recording this, and I know my next door neighbors hate that shit out of my guts right now. So we're going to cap it there. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave them down below. You can DM me on Twitter. My DMs are open to everybody. And I will answer. I will try to answer. And I'm just really grateful that I've had an audience up until now doing the stuff that I did. So let's hope I keep doing the things that you all like. Okay, this has been Licorice Panache signing off in a very, very long time.